Have you ever wondered why some people are so successful while others struggle to achieve the basics? What do they know or do differently? Imagine that you are on the verge of discovering something that can transform the way you see the world and your own life. Something that comes from a place you may not have expected. The Bible. Yes, an ancient book that contains timeless teachings followed by millions of people over the centuries, and that may be the key to the change you seek. The question is, what do these millionaires know and apply that is hidden in these ancient scriptures? The truth is that the thinking of successful people is deeply rooted in principles that often go unnoticed. And when we talk about biblical principles, we are not just talking about spirituality, but practical foundations for everyday life. These ancient teachings show us that prosperity is more than just money. It is about mindset, action, faith, and purpose. Let's imagine a common scene. You wake up in the morning, already thinking about everything you need to do, the bills to pay, the commitments of the day. It feels like you're stuck on a treadmill that's spinning non-stop. And in the midst of all this, it's hard to find time to reflect on how to change this scenario. What you may not know is that there are people who wake up the same way, but manage to find a way to transform this routine into something extraordinary. They are where they are because they think differently, and surprisingly, much of this difference comes from principles that have been taught in the Bible for centuries. You may never have thought about it, but many of the greatest minds in the world of business and wealth attribute much of their success to these teachings. You've probably heard of someone who started from scratch and now lives in abundance. These people understand that there's something bigger at stake than just working hard. There's a pattern of thinking, a way of looking at life that makes all the difference. But how is this possible? The first lesson comes from faith. It's not just about believing in something greater, but about believing in your own potential. The Bible teaches that all things are possible for those who believe. And this isn't just a spiritual concept. When you truly believe that you can achieve success, your mind begins to look for ways to make it happen. You open yourself up to new possibilities, seeing opportunities where there were once obstacles. This doesn't mean that you're going to sit around and wait for things to just fall into your lap. On the contrary, believing is the first step to taking determined and purposeful action. Now type in the comments, "I believe in my potential to prosper." The second biblical lesson that we can apply to our thinking is the principle of sowing and reaping. How many times have you heard the phrase, "You reap what you sow"? Although it may sound cliché, this is a truth that is reflected in both the business world and in personal life. Successful people understand that in order to receive, you must first give. And we're not just talking about giving in the financial sense. Giving also involves time, effort, knowledge, and even good deeds. When you plant generosity, commitment, and dedication, life reciprocates in unexpected ways. This lesson is essential for anyone who wants to transform their life. You can't expect to reap fruit from a tree that was never planted, and successful people know this better than anyone. They invest time and energy in their projects, in the people around them, and over time, they see the results blossom. The same principle applies to our personal lives and relationships. Whatever you invest over time comes back to you. Now, let's leave you with your motivational phrase, "I sow generously to reap abundantly." But what keeps these people focused? How do they manage to follow this path even when challenges arise? The answer lies in another biblical lesson, perseverance. The Bible tells us to keep fighting, even when it seems like everything is against you. Many times, success does not come from the first attempt, but from the ability to get back up after a failure. Successful people have a mindset that keeps them in the game, even when things get tough. They know that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn something new. Have you ever wondered how many times a great entrepreneur failed before achieving success? These stories abound. The difference is that instead of giving up, these people learn from their mistakes, adjust, and keep going. Perseverance is an essential quality for anyone who wants to achieve great things in life. It teaches us to be patient, to trust the process, and most importantly, to never give up on our dreams, no matter how big they seem. Now write in the comments, "I am persevering and I continue, even in the face of challenges." And we cannot forget one of the most powerful lessons, the importance of purpose. The Bible teaches us that we all have a greater purpose, and when you find yours, everything starts to make more sense. Many people live their lives without ever discovering why they are here. They go with the flow, work hard, but don't feel like they are doing anything meaningful. On the other hand, millionaires and highly successful people usually have a very clear vision of what they want to achieve. They know that their wealth is not just for them, but for a greater purpose that can impact other people. When you find your purpose, your energy changes. You don't work just for money, but for something much greater. This gives meaning to every sacrifice, every extra hour, every challenge overcome. You start to live with more passion and determination. This is what sets successful people apart from the rest. They are not just chasing financial goals, they are seeking to fulfill a calling, something that goes far beyond themselves. Write in the comments, "I live with purpose, and it transforms my life." And finally, we come to one of the most underrated but incredibly valuable lessons: gratitude. The Bible talks a lot about being grateful in all circumstances, and this is something that we often forget in the rush of everyday life. Gratitude has the power to completely change the way we see the world. When we are grateful for what we have, we attract even more good things into our lives. Millionaires know this. They don't wait to reach a certain level to start being grateful. On the contrary, gratitude is part of the journey. Gratitude teaches us to value every small step, every achievement, every lesson learned. It keeps us grounded, reminds us of where we came from, and makes us realize how blessed we are, regardless of the circumstances. And when we cultivate this feeling daily, prosperity becomes a natural consequence. It gives us a positive outlook and keeps us motivated to continue our journey, certain that we are on the right path. Type in the comments, "I am grateful for everything I have and for everything I will still achieve." These biblical lessons show us that true prosperity goes far beyond money. It involves faith, generosity, perseverance, purpose, and gratitude. When you adopt these principles in your life, you begin to see profound transformations. You begin to live a fuller life with more clarity, more confidence, and more determination to achieve everything you desire. And now, it's time to put these lessons into practice. If you liked this video and want to continue learning more about how to transform your life through practical and profound teachings, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss any new content. Together, we can continue on this journey of growth and transformation. Another point that deserves to be highlighted when we talk about the success of millionaires is the value of diligent work. The Bible teaches us that work is a way of honoring God and that we must do it with dedication and excellence. Successful people understand that wealth does not appear overnight. They are willing to do what is necessary to get their hands dirty and to stay focused, even when the results seem distant. Diligence is not just about quantity, but about quality of effort, and this is a concept deeply rooted in Scripture. People who achieve great success know that everything they do must be done with care. They understand that every little action, every detail matters in the grand scheme of things. This diligence in work is something that stands out among millionaires, who are often known for their discipline and focus on their goals. They commit not only to getting the job done, but to doing it well, recognizing that excellence attracts opportunities. At its core, this is a biblical principle of doing everything as if it were for a greater purpose. Now, type in the comments, "I work with excellence in everything I do." Another fundamental lesson we find in the Bible is the power of long-term vision. Success rarely happens overnight, and the most successful people understand that patience is an essential virtue. The Bible teaches us to look beyond the present and to trust in God's timing. Planning and the ability to see into the future are common traits among millionaires. They know that true wealth is built over time and that impulsive decisions often lead to loss, not gain. This long-term thinking is what allows successful people to stay focused, even in the face of hardship. They know that what they are building today will bear fruit in the future, so they don't let themselves be discouraged by immediate results or the lack of immediate returns. This patience, combined with continued effort, is a valuable lesson that we can all learn and apply in our lives. When you begin to see your journey as a building process where each step has its value, success becomes a natural consequence. Now write in the comments, "I have patience and trust in my process." And when we talk about vision, we also need to talk about the importance of making wise decisions. The Bible is full of teachings about wisdom, and this is a principle that millionaires fully embrace. They do not make decisions based on momentary emotions, but rather on information, data, and often an intuition guided by experience. They learn to reflect before acting, to evaluate risks and rewards. This discernment is what keeps them on the right path, avoiding impulsive choices that could ruin everything. Making wise decisions does not mean being immune to mistakes, but rather minimizing risks and learning from past experiences. Millionaires understand that growth comes from making conscious decisions, and that true wisdom lies in knowing when to act and when to wait. This is a clear biblical lesson. Discernment and wisdom are gifts that we should seek and cultivate in all areas of life. Type in the comments, "I make wise decisions, guided by wisdom." Another powerful principle found in the scriptures is living a balanced life. The Bible tells us about a time for everything, a time to work, a time to rest, a time to reap, and a time to sow. Successful people don't exhaust themselves in pursuit of wealth at any cost. They understand the importance of balancing work, personal life, spirituality, and leisure. This balance is what ensures that financial prosperity is accompanied by mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Too often, we see people sacrificing their health and relationships in pursuit of material success, only to discover later that the price was too high. Millionaires who understand and apply biblical principles know that true success is not just about accumulating wealth, but about living a full and healthy life in all areas. This involves taking care of the body, mind, emotions, and relationships, ensuring that the journey to wealth is also a journey of happiness and personal fulfillment. Now, leave your sentence, "I live a balanced and fulfilled life." These principles show us that the mindset of millionaires goes far beyond financial strategies. It is built on timeless foundations, taught for millennia and still applicable today. By aligning our way of thinking with these teachings, we are preparing ourselves not only to achieve financial success, but to live more abundantly in all areas of life. Faith, diligent work, vision, wisdom, and balance are keys that, when used together, open doors to true and lasting transformation. So, if you want to start transforming your life today, the best way to do it is to apply these principles in practice. Make a commitment to yourself not only to listen to these lessons, but to put them into action. Small daily steps guided by these teachings can lead to monumental change over time. This is how true prosperity manifests itself, through a combination of mindset, faith, and action. Now that we've come this far, write in the comments the sentence, "I apply these principles to prosper in all areas of my life." If you stayed until the end of this video, congratulations. This shows that you are committed to your journey of growth and transformation. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content like this and activate notifications so you don't miss any updates. I thank you for your company and hope that these biblical lessons can truly transform your life. Let's continue learning and growing together every day.